here to talk about the latest episode of the podcast, Life in the Middle. Today's episode is called Stop Pretending to Like Me. Okay, so you guys, if you haven't checked out the latest episode of Life in the Middle, please go into my, into my bio, click the link. There's a link to the podcast. This one is a good one. I'm kind of going in. I'm talking about all the things that agitate me, annoy me, and irritate me about the people who roll up into my DMs, post on my comments, pretending to like me. Okay, so hold on one second. Let me just make sure I put this on Do Not Disturb. Okay, so yes, today's podcast is one that you want to listen to. So I'm talking about people who... I'm talking about coaches, marketers, online business owners who are literally trying to poach clients, right? So they will go onto your feed and like 10 comments or 10 posts in a row. They'll make comments. They'll be like, hey girl, hey, your content is so amazing, or you're such a great coach. And it's like, am I though? You don't even really know me. You just rolled into my universe. So it's really annoying to me because I know that the reason why they're doing it, like I get it. It's like the whole point is to, poach clients, get leads. I get all that, but it's just a really creepy way of doing business and I'm just kind of over it. So I go into my little spiel on the podcast today about that. So you may want to check it out. So I also posted in a little clip today in my stories, and I posted a clip on my page. Just a little snippet from today's episode, but it's just something that I feel like I want to talk about. I know that I'm not alone. I know that there are other people being pitched to and trying to be sold to, and I just think that it's just not a great way of doing business. It's not a great way of trying to get clients. So I feel like if you really genuinely follow a person and you like their content, maybe you agree with what they're doing, maybe you've been following them for a while, you like what they're saying, great, that's awesome. You should make a comment, but make sure that it's genuine and that it's, authentic, not this like, oh my God, I love you, but you don't say anything else. And then you basically lead somebody to their messages so they can go read about like, all the whatever free thing that you have or whatever you're trying to do. And it's just, I don't like that people are doing business that way. And so, for me, I'm just like, I'm over it. And I want to talk about it because I know there are a lot of people who are doing that, but there's also, there are entrepreneurs out here and solopreneurs and people who are just building their businesses who don't want to do it that way, but who may think that that's the way to do it. And I think it's really, inauthentic. I think it is, a fake way of doing business. And I think it's kind of like, it's just kind of creepy, right? It's like people are presenting themselves to you as though they're there to help you, as though that they're like rah, rah, rah in your corner. But technically it's really not about you. It's really about them and what they're trying to get. And all I'm saying is, hey, I get it. You have a business, you have a service, you have a product. Great. You want to talk about it, say that. But don't, pretend to, like me or like something that I'm doing or lie to me just to kind of get me in conversation. I just think that doesn't land. And I think there are a lot of people who, would agree with that, right? I also know that obviously it's working, right? So if people are doing it, it's probably working. But I don't know. It's like, do you want to trick somebody into a relationship, or would you rather them like come into the relationship wanting to be in the relationship and wanting to actually, partner with you or work with you or hire you, right? So I just know for me, there are plenty of, coaches that I respect, that I admire, and they're ones that I have been watching for quite a while. I kind of like, I'm like a stalker, not a stalker, but I kind of like, I linger, I lurk in the background, I lurk behind the scenes, and I just kind of watch people, I follow them, but by the time I'm ready to comment, when I'm commenting, I'm genuinely saying something that I like. Like I've been watching this person for a while, following them for a while. So if I'm making a comment or if I'm liking a post, it's typically because I actually really like the thing that they're saying or whatever they're sharing. And I will make I will make a comment that is actually relevant, that makes sense towards, something that they posted. Right. So, it's either they're inspiring me or I feel motivated, or I just feel like what they're saying is true, or it lands like, so it's much more, it's coming from a place of like, yeah, I hear you. And these are people that I follow because I actually like what they have to say. I understand what their messaging is or what their brand is. And, it's like, it's coming from a place of like realness, not from a like, oh, let me go behind the scenes and like all these comments and let me do this research and let me just find people that, I think I could sell to, or, people that I think would be my potential clients, and here's the thing, there's nothing wrong with wanting to build your business, wanting to grow your business. Obviously, in order to have a successful business, you need to be able to, sell, right? Like you need to be able to make a profit. Like most of our businesses are for-profit businesses. They're not nonprofits, right? So the whole goal is to, successfully sell your services or your products or what have you, or create partnerships. But you want to do it in a way that you're working with people that you actually like, that you can actually relate to, that actually resonate with your brand, and not just going to these random pages just to be like, oh, click, 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 like, and just leaving these generic comments that just really don't make any sense, that you pretty much say to everybody. It's sort of like, people see through that. Like, I know that you don't really like me. I know that you don't really think I'm great, because how can you if you don't really know me, right? So it's just something that I think is very prevalent. And I just think also too, if you're like kind of new within your business, or, just getting started, it could leave an impression that like, that's the way you're supposed to do it. And I think that that's not necessarily true. I think there's many ways that you can do something. And I think, everybody has to find their way. I think you can be very successful, in your business, marketing or messaging in various different ways. And I think you have to find your way. And I think each person does it in the way that works for them. And I don't know, maybe for other people that does work and maybe they don't really care, but I just know for me, it's annoying. And when people do that to me, it just literally turns me off. And I just feel like I don't want to start the relationship off with like a bunch of lies. Okay. So who is here with me? Wave to me if you're here. Yeah, I'm not trying to start the relationship off like that. So if we're starting with lies, we're already starting off on the wrong foot. And so I don't choose to do business like that. I don't do life like that. So if I'm in your universe, if I'm in your sphere, if I'm collaborating with you, working with you, talking with you, it's because I genuinely like you, or there's something about you, your messaging, your brand, something that I'm like, okay, I'm about this life. I'm about this person. And I just think that we get really caught up in, all these like, followers and like the likes and all that kind of stuff. It's like, when people are liking your stuff or they're commenting, like really pay attention to the things that they are saying about what it is that they like. Like, what is it that they like? Because if it's like, hey, love this, it's like, what about this do you love, right? Or like, you can tell, like there's certain signs that you can pay attention to. Like I said, when I call it love bombing on your comments. When people love bomb you in the comments, when they're like, they literally go through the last 10, 15, 20 comment posts and like, and then like on a couple of them, they'll be like, hey girl, hey, you're so amazing. It's like, am I though? Do you even know me? Who are you? Like, why am I amazing? And they'll be like, hey, check your messages. And then in the messages, they're literally like pretending to like really want to get to know you, like, oh, this is amazing. And it's like, if you start asking questions to them, like, oh, really, what is it about my post that you liked? Or what is it about this comment that, that resonated with you? Or what is it about this post that stands out to you? Like, start asking those questions, right? Or just being more direct with them and saying like, okay, when they're in your DMs, right? Because a lot of times they'll be like, okay, they'll love bomb you. Then they'll be like, hey, check your DMs. You go to check your DMs. And it'll say something like, first of all, it'll be like copy and paste. Some of them do a copy and paste. It'll be like this long ass, like, soliloquy about what they do. And it's like, grow your Instagram to 1 million followers in 10 days. And this is what you need to do. And we can help. It's like, whoa. First of all, hi. How are you? How you doing? Like, can we start from the beginning? Or it'll be like, hey, I noticed that you're a coach. How long have you been coaching? Now, in general, that's a pretty like fair question, right? Nothing wrong with that. But it's not that they really care about how long you've been coaching. It's just a way to start the conversation. I'm just saying, right? So maybe you answer, maybe you don't, whatever. I typically, if I kind of know what it is, it depends on how you approach me. If I kind of know what it is and I know that you're just kind of doing the same thing to everybody, I'm probably not going to respond to you and I'm probably not going to answer. But there are people who will approach and they'll be like, they'll ask genuine questions and they'll be like, hey, I've been following you, or, I really like, your feed. You talk about X, Y, and Z. Like, you can tell, right? You can tell that they've kind of at least taken the time to either do their research or to say something very like genuine. And so there have been times where I've interacted and, they'll ask a question, I'll respond, they'll ask me about like clients and all these other things. And I'll just say like, hey, what is it that you're looking for, right? Like, let's just get to the point, right? Like, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to sell me something? What's up, right? And so they'll offer me a product, or they'll be like, hey, let's hop on a call. And I'll literally have to be like, hey, listen, thank you so much. Appreciate it. But like, not interested right now. Or, I don't want to have a call or whatever have you, right? Or, sometimes it's like I will look at their page and I will like what they're doing. And I'm like, okay, I'll follow this person, just kind of check them out and see what's going on, right? So, but it really just depends on how I'm being approached. But if you're approaching me in a way that just doesn't make any sense, or that just feels like, okay, you're just telling me what you think I want to hear, you're complimenting me, like, okay, like, save it. Like, let's just not do that. Like, can we just not do that? Can you just say what it is? Like, hey, I'm looking for clients, or hey, I think you would be a great, candidate for my XYZ. Like, say that. Like, say what it is. Like, do not tell me that you love me. Tell me that I'm awesome. Tell me that I'm amazing. Like, not photobomb, but love bomb me in the comments, right? So that's kind of like what today's episode is all about. Let me see who's here. I see some comments here. Oh, hey, Elle, I didn't know you were here. Hey, KDP. That's Svetlana. Svetlana, you said you're loving all my lives. Thank you. I appreciate that. Am I calling you out, Svetlana? Yeah. Are you love bombing people in the comments? That's so funny. Svetlana, you don't love bomb people. Like, you are genuine in the things that you're saying, right? Like, you're not just saying it to be saying it. Hey, Elle, you said, yes, you've been seeing the notifications too and able to attend today. Okay, good. I know it is really annoying. What's a better strategy or way? To me, a better strategy or way is to just watch people that you actually genuinely like, right? Like, let's just say you do like, right? At first, I would just, maybe you like a couple of things. You don't really say anything, right? But you just kind of want to watch. Like, you watch for consistency. You watch for, like, for example, if you were trying to approach someone, like, say you were thinking about maybe partnering with them, or, maybe you do think that you can help this person, right? Like, it's not about you, it's about them, right? Like, you want to let them know that you are there to help, but it's like, you would want to get to know their brand a little bit too, right? Like, it's not just like, oh, let me look at these 10 posts and let me just like them all just to get in the chat. It's like, okay, do you really genuinely like this person or this brand, and what is it about it, right? Like, why do you think that, you could help them? And then also too, just say the thing, like, say what it is. Like, hey, I have this product, or I have this thing, or this way, I'm not sure if you're interested. Maybe you ask a question. I'm not sure if you're interested, but, we can help you do X, Y, and Z. Is that something that you would be interested in talking about more? Or is that something that you're even looking for? Because most of the times people don't even know what you're looking for. They think they know what you want, but they haven't even had a conversation with you, and they haven't even asked you a question about what it is that you are doing or want to do, or like what your goals are. So it's like, how are you in my DMs telling me, trying to give me help or advice, but it's like, you don't even know what my goals are, right? So to me, that's a better way. That's a better way to do it. So I just think, like, building a relationship or a connection from genuineness and from really, like, following the people that you like and that you can resonate with, to me, I just think that stands out so much more. I understand that there are business tactics, but it's like, to me, like, that just pretending and fake, it's just a tactic that doesn't work for me. And I just feel like it's played out, and I just think we have to find a better way to do it. So that is what I have to say for today. But yeah, so if you guys haven't listened to the podcast episode today, please do click the link in my bio. You can go, it takes you directly to the podcast. It's also available on Spotify and Amazon if you prefer to listen that way. You just do a search for Life in the Middle with Sharana Patrice. It'll come up. Today's episode is episode 9, Stop Pretending to Like Me. This is a really good one. It's spicy, y'all, because I kind of go in. I was in my feelings when I recorded it. And so it's a little spicy, but like, that's just part of who I am, okay? So this is just a topic that I feel very strongly about, and I'm just kind of over it. So All right, you guys, let me know how you feel about it. Let me know what your thoughts are. If you've watched this video, please put hashtag replay in the comments so I know that you came by, or just drop me a comment. Let me know, does this resonate with you? Does it not resonate with you? Do you feel the same way? Does this happen to you? Do people like love bomb you or pretend to like you and then just try to pitch you, in the DMs? Like, let me know, okay? Also too, if you do love this episode and it resonates with you, I would love if you would if you would subscribe to the podcast and also leave a review. Let me know what you like about it. If you didn't like it, tell me that too, right? Like, I would love to hear your thoughts and your feedback on the podcast. So it's relatively new, and I really want to get people's feedback on how they're feeling about it, how they're liking the content. If there's anything you want me to talk about, let me know, because it's Life in the Middle. It's talking about all types of life things. It's friendships, relationships, career, finances, things that we like think about in our minds, but we don't really say out loud, all that kind of stuff. Okay. So, it's my creative project and I'm excited about it. So I'd love to share it with you guys. And so, let me know how you feel about it if you've had a chance to take a listen. If not, like, make sure you do. Okay. When you get a minute, I'd love to get your thoughts and feedback on it. All right. All right, you guys, I'm going to have a good Tuesday, and I will chat with you soon. Okay. Bye.